Through this particular quiz. We'll go through it step by step, and I have to do a lot less teaching to this quiz in this class than I did in the last class because you guys did such a fantastic job on what I thought was arguably the most difficult quiz that we've had all year long. So, listen, we talked yesterday about any time we get a word problem and we read the word problem, the first thing we got to figure out is how many numbers are in the word problem. And this one says one number is 7 more than twice another number. The sum of the two numbers is 37. So how many numbers are there? Everybody? Two. And what I loved is so many people use the box to set it up. So we have one number, and then we have the other number, and you could use first number, second number. You can say whatever you want to say. Now, I don't know what the first number is. What do we always call it? N, X, whatever you want to do. Now, here's where we had a little bit of a hitch for a few of you. The other number is 7 more than twice. How would I write that? Yeah, it's a little more stylish to write 2x plus 7. We typically write the variable first when possible, okay? So now that I've set that up, I can cross all of this off. So you should have that crossed off on your paper, okay? Remember, take a piece of information, use it, and then cross it off. Now the next piece of information says that the sum of the two numbers is 37. What can I conclude from that? Yeah, if I add them up, x plus 2x plus 7, I get 37. Now keep in mind, that guy's the first number, and that one's the second number. That's where they come from. First number, second number together add up to 37. And it was great to see that everybody recognized this was a same size situation. 1x and 2x is 3x, plus 7 is 37. Minus 7, and right now Yarlene's saying, that's what I got. What did I do wrong? 3x equals 30, divide by 3, x equals 10. Fantastic. Do you want to stand up now to kick yourself in the butt? Would you like to?
Got that.
Yes, I know you did. You looked fantastic. Somebody else I think got that too. There we go. But here's the kick yourself in the butt moment. You ready? And if you want, you can stand up and kick yourself in the butt. I crossed this out. Find what?
Both numbers.
Both numbers. What did you find? One number. So this guy's 10, so what is this guy going to be? No, 2 times x. So if x is 10, what's 2 times 10? 20. Plus 7 is 27. And, oh, hey, check it out. Isn't 10 plus 27, 37? All of that beautiful work, all of that awesome work, incredible work, and you forget to do the last little thing it tells you to do, okay? So do you see why I said you're going to kick yourself in the butt? All right. Okay, any other questions about that one that we want to go over there? Nobody was completely lost. Everybody had a sense of direction, which is very, very rewarding and inspiring to me because I have taught this for a very long time, and this is one of the things students struggle with a lot. So it was good to see. Now, number 2, Mr. Middledorf, I'm not exactly sure what you were doing on your paper. But something went wrong somewhere, and I think you can read your paper better than me. So when you find out where you got wrong, make sure you make a note about it, all right? If I'm going to distribute to 3 times x, 3 times negative 5, that's going to give me 3x minus 15. Plus, now I didn't touch the 4x or the 3, that's going to equal 12. Now, is this a same side situation or an opposite side situation? Same side. So I want to get my x's together. So if I have 3 x's, and I'm always peeking in front, this is positive 3 x's, positive 4 x's. What are positive 3 x's and positive 4 x's? 7 x's, good. Now, what kind of 15 is this? And what kind of 3 is this? So when I add negative 15 and positive 3, what do I get? Negative 12. Now, Mike, I couldn't find the 7x minus 12 on your paper.
I did it the first time I crossed it.
Why?
I don't know.
You were doing so good. And the thing that surprised me is usually you kick butt. And I was like, where is he going with this? I can't follow it.
He always messes up because he always contradicts himself.
Did you say he messes up because he concentrates to himself?
No, he contradicts himself.
Oh, contradicts himself. Okay. Add 12 to both sides? Yeah, have confidence. Generally speaking, your first instinct is right. Generally. 2 plus 12 is
Oh, I
14.
think I know why I crossed it out. I think it's because I thought negative 15 plus 3 was negative 18, and I couldn't do anything.
That's right, there you go. All right, yeah, be careful, when the signs are opposite, you're gonna subtract, right? Because you're gonna have 15 little negatives in a row and then 3 positives, you're gonna take those away, take away subtraction, and then you'll be left with the difference, which is 12, and they'll be negative. Divide by 7, x equals 2. Okay? So x equals 2 is the correct answer. Any questions about that? All right. So, now let's take a look at today's sheet. And, look at this. The sum of 3 consecutive integers is 15. I'll get that for you. You're welcome. The sum of 3 consecutive integers is 15. Now, you remember how we just set something up with a box a minute ago? I'd like to set something up with a box again. Hold on a second. Yeah, I look at Cheyenne's work here. She's using a box and she's setting it up for the second question. That looks really, really good. Do you know the reason we go with a box on the second question? Right, because you have 2 numbers you're working on, right? What does this one say? The sum of what? 3. Anytime I get more than one number, I want to set up boxes. So, what I'm going to do is set up a box this time with 3 in it. 1 for each of the numbers. So, I'm going to do first consecutive integer, second consecutive integer, that says C-O-N-S-I-N-T. Third consecutive integer, so I'm abbreviating it, C-O-N-S-I-N-T. So first consecutive integer, second consecutive integer, and then third consecutive integer. Now, what do we always call the first thing when we don't know what it is? Yeah, a variable, x and whatever. I'll go with x this time. If you like n, go with n. If you like, I don't know, a house, go with a house. Whatever floats your boat. Now, consecutive integer. Huh? Consecutive integer. What's an integer? What's an integer? Integers are positive, negative, and 0 whole numbers. So like 7, 8, 9, 10, negative 7, negative 8, negative 9, negative 10. 0, 3, negative 4, 22, 18. What's not an integer is 2.4, 2.4. 22 over 7, 19 over 5. So if it's not a whole number, positive, negative, or 0, then it's not an integer. Now, somebody pick your favorite integer. Go ahead. Pick it, any number, it doesn't matter. Come on, pick a number. 7. What's the next consecutive integer? 8. Consecutive means in a row. So how did you go from 7 to 8? Added 1. So if this one's x, I have to add 1. So the next one is x plus 1. Now, what do you think the third integer is going to be? X plus 2. Make sense, everybody? All right. So now we've set up our box, and the setup is so important because once it's set up, you can start to roll things out. Now, the sum, here's my 3 consecutive integers. I can cross that part off. I didn't use the word sum yet. What does sum mean? Add. What do I have to add? The 3 integers, right? So the first one's x, then I'm going to add. The second one's x plus 1, then I'm going to add. The third one's x plus 2, and altogether, I get 15. So now I can cross that off, and I can cross that off. My almost perfect ladies, what is this asking for? The largest integer. So we're going to go solve it all out, and the one they want is the biggest one. Same side or opposite side situation? Same side. So if I got one x and another x and another x, what do I have all together? 3 x's. Now I have a positive 1 and a positive 2. What's that all together? Positive 3 equals 15. You know, usually with these word problems, once you get the thing set up, the actual equation is usually easier than when you don't have a word problem. Divide by 3, divide by 3, x is 4. So is 4 the answer? No. What's the answer? What's that?
The largest integer.
What's the largest integer?
The third one.
Which is what?
X plus 2.
Which is what? 6. See, this guy's 4. Next consecutive integer is 4 plus 1, which is 5. And the next one is 4 plus 2, which is 6. So there's my consecutive integer. Any questions on that? All right?
Wouldn't it be 7?
No. It's the x plus the 2. Here's the x. Okay? Yeah, it's not the previous number plus 2. And think of it also, it says 3 consecutive integers. That's 4, 5, 6. Okay? It wouldn't be 4, 5, 7. Those would not be consecutive. You'd be skipping one. All right, next up. One number is 7 more than twice another number. The sum of the two numbers is 37. Isn't that the exact quiz question?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we don't need to go over that. Okay. You know what, I find it odd that I made up these sheets, for the most part. I'm tweaking them this year, but I made them up 2 years ago. But I made the quizzes up, like I make them up every few days. So I find it odd that 2 years ago I made this question, and last week I made the same exact question, thinking it was so important we had to go over it. Try it, let's see what you come up with. Okay, so, how many numbers in this problem? 2. So since I see more than one number, what do I want to set up? Table, right? One number, other number. What's the first number always going to be? X, N, whatever. I'll go N this time. Now the other one is 1 less than twice another number. How do I write 1 less than twice another number? How do I write 1 less than twice another number? It is going to be 2n minus 1. Yeah, it's really important. Listen, there's a trap here. There's a teacher at Oregon named Mrs. Malik. Her name used to be Miss Terry. She calls it the more than less than trap. Whenever it's more than or less than, you have to switch the order. Now, there's a song by a guy named Bruce Springsteen called The Ghost of Tom Joad. It's a great song. And I suggest you look it up on YouTube because the way Tom Morello plays guitar in that song is like sick and out of this world. In fact, I had, I call her Slippers, but I think her name is Becky Marrero. She was in extra help and I played the song for her and she was blown away by how the guy moves his hands on the guitar when he does the song. But anyway, that song quotes a verse from the Bible that says, waiting for the day when the last shall be first and the first shall be last. And that's what I think of when I think of more than and less than. The last shall be first, the first shall be last. Look, the first is one, and it shall be last, see? And the last, which is twice another number, shall be first. So every time I see more than and less than, I think of waiting for the day when the last shall be first and the first shall be last. The next line is in a cardboard box neath the underpass, but anyway. I'll go with that. So, the sum of the, well, I use this, so I cross it out. The sum of the two numbers is 14. So if I do n plus 2n minus 1, I'm going to get 14. Now, what's 1n plus 2 more n's? 3n. Minus 1 is 14. Adding the 1. Did you notice how so often the equations are pretty simple if you can just get it set up right? That's usually how it works. So n is 5. So it says find the smaller number, so I can stop now. Sometimes it says find the larger number. What would it be if it was find the larger number? What's the larger number here, guys? No, it says 2 times n minus 1. So what would 2 times 5 be? 10 minus 1 is 9. And then I always like to do a quick check here. Isn't 5 plus 9 14? Okay, so that's going to work, okay? All right, questions? Try number 2. Since it's 2 pieces, I'm going to call it the first piece and the second piece. I think you can take it from there. You don't have to call it first and second piece. You can call it whatever you want. Okay, so Billy cuts an 84-inch long pipe, or long piece, I'm sorry, of 2x4 lumber into 2 pieces. One piece is twice as long as the other. How long is each piece? Okay, well, let's go with the first piece. We don't know what it is. What do we always call it? X. Now, what does it tell you about the second piece? 2 times as long. How would I write that piece? 2x, good. And now I've used all of that information, so I can cross out. Oh, I also used this one. One piece is twice as long as the other. What do you know they have to add up to here? 84. So 1x plus 2x is 84. Same side situation, 3x is 84. Divide by 3, x is 28. Now, the question says, how long is each piece? So do I stop at 28? No. This guy's 28. What's the next guy? How do I find the next guy, guys? 2 times 28, which is what? 56. Good. All right, and then I can always do my quick check. Doesn't 28 plus 56 add up to 84? Good. Any questions? Try the last one.
It says that find two consecutive integers such that twice, what
Mm-hmm. Well, first off, let's do the easy part of the question. It says two consecutive integers, so what's the first one always gonna be? X. And what's the next one gonna be? X plus one. So that should be really easy to do. So I did that. Now we get to the part that's the sticker, and that's what Leah was bringing up. Twice the first. How would I say twice the first? There's the first right there. What's the first again, everybody? X. How would I say twice the first? 2x. The sum of twice the first and the second, so I gotta add x plus 1, and that's gonna equal 25. And the directions say to find the number, okay? And the number would be the first one, x. So, same side situation, 3x plus 1 is 25. Again, the equations are so easy after you get them set up. 3x is 24, divided by 3, x is 8. So 8 would be the correct answer to the question because it only wants you to find the first integer. Any questions about that? Okay. We're going to keep working on word problems. Get them set up, guys. Hasta la vista, vaya con Dios, toodaloo, ta-ta, arrivederci. That looks painful. Smile a lot. Ciao. Arrivederci, adios, amigos, see amigas. If I tried to bend like that, I'd be in the hospital, I'm telling you.